James Graham taking the Bulldogs out. Captain of the team. 311 first grade games for Jimmy Graham, counting his career at St Helens. On top of Canterbury, there's Greg Eastwood. He joins the over 30-something club tomorrow. 28 caps for New Zealand and extended his contract for a couple of more years with Canterbury in the off-season. Greg Eastwood. So Boyd Cordner and Jake Friend taking the Roosters down through the tunnel to be greeted by their home crowd. They'll be keen, of course, just to keep up the brilliance that they displayed in the opening weekend. Last year was a year best forgotten for the Roosters. They won one of their first 8 games last year, finished down in 15. Young Mitchell, of course, last week, he was great, and the combo with Tupou was even greater. 3 tries for Latrell, and there's Luke Keary, who also bagged a couple of tries in his debut game for the Roosters, and the partnership with Mitchell Pearce looked like they've been playing together for quite some time. They've got a great side on paper. Ben Cummins is the ref.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, mate.
The mandatory shake of the hands. Who said they don't like each other?
They don't like each other.
I used to have a Bulldog and I had a couple of Roosters, and I can assure you they didn't like each other.
Yeah, mate.
You're about to find out how much they don't like each other.
So Canterbury running towards the southern end of the ground, down the Driver Avenue end of the ground, and it's with Mitchell Pearce in goal, and he goes back to Jared Wairia-Hargreaves. Graham was there to meet him. Somehow or other the ball popped out the back, and Dylan Napa will play the ball 11 metres out from his own line. Here's Boyd Cordner now. He'll play the ball just inside the 20-metre line. Cordner, he played the ball. It's with Napa. Takes it out. Debuted here against Canterbury back in 2013. Now for Mitch Orbison. Repeating that Kane Evans was to come off the ball. Oh, Guerra put it down like a cake of soap. And the ball goes spilling down the ground, and Napa finishes up with it. Greg Eastwood claps his hands with joy because Canterbury will come back with a nice attempt here. 35 out from the line.
First set of 6 defensively for the Bulldogs. They've made a statement. The previous play there, they flew up on Mitch Orbison, and then the fast-moving defence gets the error there of Aidan Guerra. Really aggressive defensive line from the Bulldogs.
So centre field, scrum packs. It's out, that's Clemmer. David Clemmer with hair. 29 out, centre of the ground, coming towards the right-hand side, and Josh Jackson on the Fittler medal last year at Origin level. Reynolds away, Mbai on, Graham with the ball, tackle 20 out, 20 in from the eastern side. Now for Tolman, Aidan Tolman. 3 premierships he's played in, 3 grand finals, 1-1 with Melbourne. And here's Clemmer, down for Mbai, chance here for Lee to get the ball away to Morris. It's a try! It's a try for Canterbury. Scored by Kerrod Holland.
It's a nice work here from the right centre, Branko Lee. Last week against the Storm, he set a beautiful try up. Watch the right foot step here. The ball will come out. It'll go to Clemmer. He'll tip on. And just watch the right foot step. Changes his line there on the Harvey Norman replay, and then gets the ball out wide to Morris. Does Morris pick an injury up here?
It's Holland.
Oh, sorry, Kerrod Holland.
I gave you a bump steer there.
He's hurt the shoulder as he dives for that ball. It's jarred that AC.
Well, it was actually a nice set of 6 there from the Bulldogs. Hit the ball up, shifted it wide to the left, came back towards the post and put a little play in action. I thought it was pretty ordinary defence by the Roosters, but Branko Lee was able to find Holland on the outside for the first try. Certainly a couple of shifts in 3 tackles there from the Bulldogs. We're not used to that. Let's have a look at Holland here. He's putting the ball down with one hand. There's no problem, and he just jars his elbow and his shoulder into the ground there.
Well, he's the goal kicker, and is Moses Mbai going to kick? We'll see here there's a chat between Kerrod Holland and Moses Mbai on the field. So Moses Mbai will kick, which he's a left footer, and this will be his favourite side to kick from.
So he's down at the junction of the 20-metre line, right on the western touchline. Kerrod Holland, a youngster from Singleton, if memory serves me correctly, played his juniors up there with the Singleton Greyhounds. So here's Moses Mbai now. Kicks it and hooks it a little bit. So there's no addition to the 4. Holland gets a try. Canterbury take first points. Brad Fittler sideline.
Yeah, good start by the Dogs. Kerrod Holland just spoke to one of the trainers and said, just give me a couple of minutes. The thing I liked about the Dogs here, they had an opportunity. Look at all their passing, all out in front. It's one thing you don't already necessarily see with the Dogs is efficient passing, where they move the ball quickly across the line. But that time it was perfect. Every pass out in front, that made the opportunity an opportunity.
And the opportunity, of course, was created by the drop ball from Aiden Guerra, so he'll be keen to square the ledger. So Morris coming away with the ball now, 25 out from his own line. That was Brett. This is Josh. And apart from some wrist bandages on Josh, we've got the same boots, different numbers, I admit that. But we've done that subject to death, but just some wrist bandaging on Josh to help identify. This is Clemmer, right in the middle of the park, the bench, and that's Chris Smith, who wasn't expecting to be seated there tonight. And now Sean Kenny Dow, one of these massive 3/4 in the Roosters side, with this fellow Tupou on the other wing, and you've got Ferguson in the centres with Latrell Mitchell. Here's Guerra, he'll hang on to this. 25 out from his own line. And now Jake Friend comes across to JWH. And again with Friend and Cordner, joint captain of the Roosters. His name bandied about as likely to be captain of Origin. Pearce down, marked there by Hopewadi. Here goes the number 1. 5 tries from as many games at Allianz. Never on Sunday, I suppose. Brett Morris again it was, who gave something in attack, and Canterbury come down to the halfway line then. Now the big fella's wound up. You've got to give him the ball, Eastwood. When he's got that big body moving at that speed, you don't waste him. It's Aidan Tolman underneath that tackle. They go left for Mby's left foot. Down into the corner. Sean Kenny Dow goes up above them. In fact, Brett Morris and Josh, they both stayed on terra firma and waited for him to come down.
Really attacking the Roosters' first 2 or 3 plays. You see there, holding on to Blake Ferguson. There could be an injury here.
2 here.
2, Blake Ferguson.
Ben Cummins insists on stopping the game.
They're really working hard, the Dogs, the first 2 or 3 plays to stop the outside backs of the Roosters. Getting forward, getting quick play the balls for their forwards. And on the flip side, the Dogs' first 3 plays, their outside backs are making really easy yards. It's an area the Roosters will have to work on.
He looks pretty sore here, Blake Ferguson. There didn't seem to be a lot in the tackle, but he's not looking about playing the ball. He's heading off to the side.
No, he can go at the back, mate.
Whether he's got a rib cartilage or a sternum injury.
Okay,
He's
someone else
certainly in a
in
lot
there.
of pain. He's out the back, I think.
Don't go early here, Bulldogs.
he doesn't look good at all.
Yep. Michael. Straight. Tackle 2. Go.
So Tupou is tackled by Tolman and Graham. And now Guerra. Canterbury up in the face of the Roosters. In the early exchanges, territory-wise, they've had by far the better of it. Hopewadi comes off his 10. So Keary in the 6 with Gordon making that tackle. This is Lee. Played there by Leisha. Now for Brett Morris, the number 2. James Graham played in 5 grand finals for St Helens and lost the whole lot of them. Here's Sean Kenny Dowell again, going up to mark the ball. Michael Gordon, a year with Parramatta after winning a couple of Monty Porter medals up at Cronulla. To the Roosters now. Good play. His abilities at the back and, of course, with the boot. With the boot, I think his best percentages are against Canterbury. Mitchell Pearce gets plenty of that one. And here's Holland, just outside the 20-metre line, the try scorer.
It's a good battle going on here. The Bulldogs are really up for this. I've never seen them so direct and strong over the advantage line for quite a while. Players are playing with a lot of energy and intent here.
That's Lee. And Holland has come to the field. Brinko Lee, of course, filling the space vacated by Curtis Rona. Graham, pulled down by Jake Friend. And now Josh Reynolds kicks down to Gordon. Gordon thinking, I can get between Leisha and Tolman. And here's Tupou out the back. It's probably not the best place to be throwing things like that. 25 out from your own line. You come up the middle with Sean Kenny Dowell going in to take a forward play. They lose the ball. Eastwood scoops it up. It's gone to Reynolds. It's gone to Josh Morris. Another one in the corner. Another one for the blue and whites from Belmore.
Okay, I'll start with 0. Bernie, tackle 0. I have no try.
Wow.
Can you see if there's a knock on there from the Bulldogs in that play, please?
It was a loose carry from Kenny Dowell.
Well, this will be interesting to see. There's 2 in the tackle, 3 in the tackle now.
Looking to see whether the ball's been knocked on by the Bulldogs at this point.
Or does he try to unload the ball here, Sean Kenny Dowell?
I think he tries to pass. He's got that, and he always has had. One of the bunkers having a little bit of a panic attack here.
Greg Eastwood is making a tackle. He's not intentionally playing at the ball. So there's no knock on from the Bulldogs at that point. The ball then rebounds off Michael Leisha, who was not playing at the ball. The ball is still live at that point.
Yeah, ricochets and rebounds. There's no
That all
knock
sounds
on.
good.
Just want to confirm that Greg Eastwood is not offside.
Well, he's just lost the ball.
We see at this point the ball is contacting Michael Leisha, but Greg Eastwood is behind Michael Leisha. Therefore, it's play on at this point.
What about when Eastwood?
Now need to confirm the grounding from the Bulldogs.
Josh Morris, he doesn't need to be examined.
There's been no knock on by the Bulldogs in the lead up to the play, and the ball has been grounded in the end goal. Have a decision and going to the ball.
I think the bunker's been on the drink.
It's got the hippie shakes, hasn't it?
He missed this kick last time, Moses Mbai. He's got to aim the ball for that left upright. On the L on Allianz. Concentrate on there and let the hook just draw that ball back over the black dot. See if he's learnt from his first attempt. Yep. Maybe not.
Obviously, he can't spell Allianz. It's a good tip, Joe.
Well, which Allianz? There's about 87 Alliances in the distance.
The
over
one
there.
with the L, Gus.
They've all got L's. Oh, every Allianz has got L.
I understand.
There's 20 Allianz signs over there. Well, they've been stunning early, the Bulldogs, really strong in attack and defence, and there was some concern from the Roosters camp about the short turnaround.
A bit soft back in that in goal. Slipping and sliding over there from Brett Morris.
Yeah, the Roosters
out to the 10.
The Roosters played last Saturday night at the Gold Coast and were coming home Sunday. Their plane was cancelled. They had to get a bus to Brisbane and get another flight, and they sort of lost a day there, and they've got it back up for Thursday night football. So they were sort of a little worried that they haven't had a great preparation leading into this. And they've just been caught short early.
17 is out there for Tala Mariner. Mbai. He had some pressure put on him by Aidan Guerra, who might have come out second best with that attempted harassment of the kicker. So this is Mitchell running into the Polar Bears. James Graham and Aidan Tolman. Now for Kenny Dow. He's got some fuzziness going around in his head, like Aidan Guerra did with the first try. Friend. And that's inside the 20.
40-20.
That's a brilliant kick by Jake Friend.
Reasonable time.
Well, there's a momentum turner.
It's going to be in 20.
Hold it up.
Jake.
Hold it up.
Jake. It's up here.
Wait there.
Come forward. Wait. Ben will
here.
restart it with his whistle, mate. Right, Benny.
So 40-20 for the Roosters. It gives them a good foundation on this set. Out to Pearson, on to Guerra. Yeah, just a little shimmy as he came to the line. And then Friend goes to Napa to Wairia Hargreaves now. 3 metres out, down at the northern end, the Paddington end. And it comes from Pearce. Went out to Mitchell, went to ground, play on was called. And Tupou will play the ball. From Gordon to dummy half. Then Corden, and now Napa runs at Tolman and Graham. Down to Friend, back to Corden, back to Friend. And Jake Friend will play the ball back now for Latrell Mitchell. Now it's gone to Mitchell Pearce. He kicks across the ground looking for Blake Ferguson. Knocked down by the Bulldogs. Sean Kenny Dowell has got it. And he throws it out the back. So does Guerra. Referee
Knock
stops
on, and
it.
then you've knocked it into them. Out here, we've got a Roosters ball.
Well, last week against the Titans, the Roosters were coming up at a defence which was passive, holding. Tonight's different. They'll have to adjust the way they play. So Pearce throws the ball, and it's an aggressive defence from out wide by Branko Lee. The Dogs have traditionally had a defence which is up in your face, up and in, and pressuring attackers. Last week against the Titans, out wide. The Titans were holding. So Pearce will have to adjust the way he's playing, the way he's passing.
So again, the attack is coming from the Roosters, and Keary goes himself to the 10. Gordon, a dummy half. Cordner up the middle and taken down by Tolman and Leisha. So a penalty goes to the Roosters.
Not quick.
Lever off that arm there, mate. Line here.
Overindulging in the tackle against the Canterbury side through Mitchell Pearce, Aiden Guerra, Mitchell Orbison is 7 metres out from the line. So from Jake Friend, it's now with Mitchell Pearce, and here's Keary coming in from the back, got a short ball away, and Cordner scores. Oh, great ball from Luke Keary.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from the new 5'8" for the Roosters. What a start to his season with the new club. He loves to dummy and run and hit the line. He's got no fear for a little fella. And just watch him charge into the line here. Pearce will take the play forward, out the back to the sweep runner. Keary, dummy, he'll take you on, digs in, pops the ball up. Cordner's ready for it. Harvey Norman replay. Roosters are on the board.
This is good stuff here. It's a really good contest. Boyd Cordner, joint captain, gets the try, but Luke Keary's ability to offload jammed up in a tackle. It was very, very good work by the former Rabbitoh.
Well, he's tough. He really takes the line on. He's got no fear at all.
So it's 8-4. Mbai Smith with both conversions. The Holland and Morris tries. Josh Morris. Gordon, his success ratio, I'm told, against the Dogs is 93% of success. Brad Fittler, a comment.
Yeah, well, that young man there just taught us all how you attack up and in defence. If you watch the Bulldogs come up and in, you've got to forget pass. When you pass, you just put everyone under pressure. What you got to think is run. Because when you run, if you have a look at Josh Morris, he's passed the ball. He can't defend anymore. So Luke Keary pops his head through the line. Boyd Cordner pushes through. No more defence. Great lesson by Luke Keary.
Yep, dumbing and dig in.
So Josh Reynolds kicks off. Not of the deep variety. It angled across towards Blake Ferguson, who will play the ball 25 out from his own line. He seemingly has recovered from what looked a little bit nasty here earlier on. Here's Napa taking it hard and taking it out 45 metres from his own line. They come to Guerra, now to Cordner. He's getting better with age. Man from Old Bar, from the Pirates. Played back to Jake Friend. Now it's off the boot of Mitchell Pearce. He's gone high across to Lee. Oh, they didn't seem to communicate. Hopewadi and Lee, it doesn't matter. Lee has made 20 metres. And Canterbury are coming out of their own red zone with Hopewadi now. Played back to Lee. Now to Jackson. Jackson ran to the line and was looking at Mbai, running the flat line. Come back to the western side of the ground. That's David Clemmer, Player of the Year in the Canterbury club last year. This ball has come loose and the referee is going to stop it.
So 20 minutes in, there's been one penalty blown.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Doesn't the game flow?
Well, it does, and players appreciate that. They can get into the contest, and the Roosters have actually grafted their way back into this. Bulldogs very strong early. Roosters with a little bit of possession now, but that set of 6 from the kickoff was their best of the game. They went 70 metres before their 5th tackle option.
You can join the Bulldogs as a member and stand proud in 2017. You can be part of the Bulldogs family for as little as $50 for an adult and $35 for a junior. And for more details, that website is on your screen. So Friend goes to Keary and he puts a little no-look pass on Cordner's belly button. Now it's gone over to Keary, and now Jared Waria-Hargreaves, and the head of Clemmer got jolted back with the collision force. Pearce goes himself, gets it back to Napa, shrugs off a tackle. He's got a chance out on the right. He takes the tackle. 8 metres out. Roosters looking for their second. Pearce for Keary. Keary in ball there for Gordon. Michael, he played the ball on the last tackle. There's a little grubbing kick. Friend got a kick away. Mbai got it back. Good work.
Please.
Come on, Benny.
The ball is on the line there, Will. Right in front of me, Andrew.
He's ruled that it's come down on the line. I thought he might have just done a bit better than that.
He's shown his class, the captain there, Jake Friend. It was a 40-20 early in the game. The halves for the Roosters were all lined up on the left. He just pokes out to the right and gets a repeat set. Really classy play there from Jake Friend. 2 big plays in the first 20-odd minutes. The 40-20, now the repeat.
It's high quality stuff, Gus.
It's brilliant, it really is, and the Roosters are starting to warm to the task now. They've got over their slow start. Bulldogs with a short dropout.
And the big men fly, including Latrell Mitchell, but it comes down to Greg Eastwood.
One-on-one.
Now he's got a one-on-one on him. Mitchell is with the ball.
Extraordinary.
Scored 3 tries against the Titans last weekend. Now Guerra. This is Jared Waria-Hargreaves wrestling with the much smaller Moses Mbai.
That's a big play.
So Friend, this is Guerra. They go for depth to Keary. Back to Pearce. Tries to split them on the edge of the ruck. Playing it for Friend again. To the middle he runs, and Guerra puts it down.
Big tackle there.
Fatala Mariner jolting the ball with the force of the tackle.
What good footy. The short line dropout from the Bulldogs, it was brilliant stuff, and then Latrell Mitchell comes back, gets into Greg Eastwood. That's a youngster on a veteran and just takes the ball back off him. He's a superstar, this kid. And Guerra hitting the hole. Great hit there by Fatala Mariner. Right under the ribs. Jolts the ball free. And the Bulldogs save the day. What good footy.
I can't understand why we don't see more of that, the short dropout. If you can land it in the spot, worst case scenario, you have to defend from inside. That's where teams are comfortable defending, inside their own 10. Great play.
So it's a double change coming up. Sam Cassiano and Adam Elliott about to come into the game. Of course, Cassiano, when he comes into the game, the fans over in the kennel, their expectations go up so often as he creates something in the shape of a 4-pointer quite often. This is David Clemmer right on the halfway line. He's judged the Toyota Cup Best Player of the Year back in 2012, and I note that he took out last year's Player of the Year, the George Peponis medal, just 4 years later. So he's had a huge impact on Canterbury. Played then by Michael Gordon. Here's Daniel Tupou.
This is a good game.
So Friend goes away to Jared Waria-Hargreaves. We're 24 minutes into the game. And Friend goes with Pearce. He cuts out Orbison, got the ball perfectly. It's with Blake Ferguson. He runs a swerve down to the left of the ground. He'll play it inside the 20. It's come from Friend and gone back. This is the last tackle. Pearce to Mitchell. Mitchell puts a kick in. Yes! Daniel Tupou has scored an absolute gasser of a try. Wow!
He's a superstar, this kid, Latrell Mitchell. There's some brilliant football in the lead up to this. But on tackle 5, this is the bust down the right-hand side of the field. Ferguson into the backfield. He'll get tackled at the back by Hopewadi. Now, this is last play. The ball comes wide. Pearce, long ball, hits Latrell Mitchell. Watch the calmness. Look at that. That is just absolute class. Dropping the ball onto the left foot. Weight perfect. Tupou gets the try. Brilliant stuff, the Roosters.
Well, you won't see anything better than that. I'm almost sure that will be on the highlights reel for a long, long time. Daniel Tupou has scored an amazing try, which started probably back on the 30, up Canterbury's end, or up the Roosters' end. Beautiful ball from Pearce to Ferguson, and then again a beautiful ball from Pearce again, as he tracked up the middle of the ground to find Mitchell, who, as cool as you want to be, puts that little kick in for Daniel Tupou. Great rugby league. 10-8 the score. Roosters in front, and he's just squeezed that out. Michael Gordon.
Yeah, freakish play from that young man. Have a look at the smile on his face. Product of Taree. I actually played against Latrell's father in juniors when I was playing for Newcastle. He was playing for South Sydney. This is back many, many years ago in the under-17s. And we had a red-up team at Newcastle. We played South Sydney in round 1, and there was a guy called Matt Mitchell who played 5'8", who scored 3 tries and destroyed us. Unfortunately, he got homesick, went back up to Taree. And now he gets the tackle. His father was a freakish player.
Napa now. So in the blink of an eye, the Roosters have come from an 8-0 trailer. Here they are, losing the ball again. Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, in fact, it's almost the same spot on the ground that Guerra dropped it, and so did Kenny Dow. And so that same disease has grabbed Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. So Canterbury now, their chance to strike back. Reynolds away for Clemmer. He runs at Mitch Orbison, and he puts him down just outside the 20. McDonald's Thursday night football. Josh Reynolds, the bouncing ball, and the swooper goes in. That's not a knock on as far as I can see.
Look out.
It's on the ground, and there's a chance for more. No, it's been knocked on now by Keary.
Well, he might have been better kicking this. He had plenty of fast men looming up in support. The Bulldogs got themselves in all sorts of trouble here, trying to get the ball back. They come back and they kick it back towards their own line, fall over. Keary comes running through. I think if Keary kicks that, Tupou would have won the race easily to the ball. He was the fastest of the chasing group.
And Roosters memberships, you can show your support for the Chooks in the year of the Rooster. You've become a member now. There's a package for all Roosters fans wherever you are across Australia, and affordable monthly payment plans are also available. Go to membership.com, or should I say membership.roosters.com.au. 40-metre line, Canterbury's end, and he gets a penalty, Sam.
Just going back to Latrell Mitchell, Rabbits, and you'll like this. He's actually related to Yvonne Goolagong on his mother's side.
Wow. That is keeping company with
they're in royalty.
A champion.
They're royalty there, isn't it?
Where'd she come from? Berrigan or something like that?
You're the tennis buff.
Well, I'm pretty sure she was Barellin, was it Barellin? He was coached by Vic Edwards, I remember that. And the 16 for the Dogs. Adam Elliott is out there now. This is Clemmer. 28 metres out from the Roosters line. And here's Aidan Tolman. Playing it for Leisha. And here's Hopewadi. Oh, he's gone for the intercept, Mitchell.
Yeah, you talk about vision. Players have vision in attack, but also defence. He could see this play unfolding, Latrell Mitchell. He rolls the dice, puts the big hand out for the intercept. 99 times out of 100, he catches that, and he's away. I think you could see it unfolding. Gets in between attackers. He'd be disappointed with that, Latrell. Amazing vision.
That's where your scrum is going down. You're watching McDonald's Thursday night football on 9, live and free. 10 metres out from the line. Tolman. Napa's tackle got up a little bit high. And here is Leisha back for Mbai. Oh, there's Big Sam. He kicked it before it hit the ground. He negated the knock on, but it's going to be out at the 20 metres. They restart and the Roosters get 7.
Hold. Back here, back here.
.30-metre line. He was going to be hard to stop if he caught that. He was aimed up at a couple of little fellas. They went in hard, but he was obviously going to come out the other side.
16 out there for the Roosters as well now. That's Ryan Mattison. Napa, Keary, Pearce, inside ball for Gordon. And he'll play the ball on the 40-metre line. Pearce has wrapped it around to the blind. Here is Orbison, now Ferguson. This is electric, this game. It's really good stuff from both of them. Now it's Keary. He puts a little kick out looking for Tupou. Oh, Daniel Tupou. He's gone sailing through the air at 39,000 feet and put it down.
Okay.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What? Why would you stop it when you're enjoying it?
Well, that is just pinpoint precision. Mitchell Pearce says, where's my tall, lanky mate over here on the left? Oh, it's not Mitchell Pearce.
No, it was
Luke
Keary.
Keary.
Yeah.
Look at this. That is absolutely perfect. Branko Lee said, where did he come from? Harvey Norman replay. He could feel this big shadow coming across him.
So there's your try scorer. He's a real astronaut, isn't he? Daniel Tupou.
Oh, he flew there, but the kick was absolutely perfect and didn't give it a second thought. He got it and just kicked it. Just want you to have a look at his kicking action, Joey. I sense that it's a little different to what it's been in previous years. He seems to be stopping a little bit short. See that? He's actually stopping and leaning back as he kicks. And I watched him last week. He pulled a lot of kicks to the left.
Let's take a comment from the sideline. Yes, Brad, you'd be loving this.
Oh, that was an absolute brilliant kick. He knew exactly where to go. He knew he didn't have enough time to pass it out there. He just needed to get it to the left edge. In the last 2 games, they've scored 5 tries. the left edge. But I love the way they're using the right edge to come out of trouble. They're hitting Ferguson and Orbison over on the right-hand side. They're attacking down this left when they get to the try line. Really good game plan. Also, Kerrod Holland from the Dogs, he's gone for the game.
Well, they have been two of the really top-class tries you'll ever see. The last two scored by the Roosters. So here they are now coming out of their own zone. Third tackle down, footy show. Immediately following the football with Paul Vorton and the team. He's obviously been taken by Kim to buy a new suit, the fat man. Looks fantastic tonight. So Pearce it is who kicks back down towards Hopewadi. Oh, it's gone over the sideline, but it looked to be like a mongrel of a ball just for a moment.
These sort of bombs are the best bombs. When you make the fullback, you make him move. If you kick it straight to them, their eyes are still. If you make a winger or a fullback run for the ball, they're the hard ones to catch. Throw in the sideline. Hooks it back for Tupou here.
They're in a really good rhythm at the moment, the Roosters. They're making ground really comfortably, moving the ball when they have to. They've got great strike on the outside.
This is Morris. Tried to show him the sideline. Canterbury started this game very, very well. But the Roosters have come back at them and put a couple of A-listers together. Oh. Wow, that's a big hit on Branko Lee. And that's Chris Smith. Is it not? No, it's not. It's Tedavano.
Zane Tedavano. That was a cruncher.
Now Napa has jolted the ball free from Adam Elliott.
Watch this for a hit. Look at the technique here. Bang. Zane Tedavano. Former Newcastle boy, I think, Andrew, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he played with Wyong last year. Now we've got a penalty for the Roosters.
Big decision here.
Lost ball. Yeah, I've caught a scrum. We move on. I don't need David Clemmer approaching me like that, okay? So we've got a penalty here. Okay.
So dissent.
What's that, mate?
See, I think they're lucky there to get that decision. Dylan Napa drops his legs into the Bulldogs player playing the ball. It's one of those 50-50 calls.
Now, did you have a look at his kicking style for me, Andrew? I noticed it last week.
Dylan Napa just leans in there. Normally, that's a penalty to the Bulldogs.
That's right. That's a penalty for crowding. But then there's an incident involving back-chatting or dissent. So Canterbury should have got the penalty, but now it's been given to the Roosters. Apparently, David Clemmer was the man in question.
I wonder if the kicking guru Darryl Halligan is watching. I know he had a kick during the week with Michael Gordon.
I just noticed it last week, and he's done it again twice tonight. He's pulled the ball to the left, which he's never ever done. He's just not quite getting through the ball. He'll work it out. He's one of the best.
30 out and 20 in, and this time he raises the flags. So the Roosters go out to what almost surely will be the halftime score at 16-8. And Friday night football tomorrow night goes to Suncorp Stadium. And it will be a full house tomorrow night to see the Broncos and the Cowboys play. 7 o'clock on air in Queensland, 7:30 New South Wales and Victoria. And then Sunday football
When you're ready, Josh.
goes to Campbelltown for the Tigers and the Panthers. The Battle of the West. 3:30 New South Wales, Victoria. 2:30 in Queensland. Tigers versus Panthers.
And I can't wait for that game on Sunday. Predicting dry weather. Those two young teams will toss the ball around. It'll be some game.
Matteson taking a dubious tackle, I suppose. His friend ducks out of from dummy half, and he'll play the ball on the 40-metre line. Mitchell Pearce is with it. He's gone across and picked up Napa. Now it's with Mitchell. There's that kick of his again, and this time grubbering across the touch line, 25 metres out from the goal line.
Really impressive, the Roosters tonight. Their last sort of 24, 25 minutes are a bit flat early. As I said, they've had the short turnaround. They played last Saturday night. They got home late Sunday because of a problem with their flight. They had to get a bus to Brisbane, so they missed a day in a preparation that was already going to be quick, playing on the Thursday night. Bulldogs stunned them early with a couple of tries, but they have struck back with plenty of venom. And the Bulldogs will be desperate to get to the sheds because the Roosters are right on top of them.
Well, you talk of the sheds, that's where they're headed. First half of the game, an absolute bottler to watch. 16-8. And welcome back. We're bringing you the pictures and the coverage of the Sydney Roosters up against the Bulldogs tonight. And I think we're all in agreement that it's been a most spectacular game to sit back and enjoy. 16-8 at half-time in favour of Dylan Napa's team.
Well, the Bulldogs have got to start strong here. They cannot let the Roosters get away on them. The Bulldogs have to be best next to score, even if it takes 35 minutes. They have to be next to score, and that's their mentality. They've got to start real strong.
So Mitchell it is that gets us underway for the second half. Canterbury with David Clemmer tackle just outside the 10-metre line. A run for the fullback, Hopewadi. And sprinting up into dummy half is Brett Morris. Makes about 7 or 8 metres and takes play almost down to the 40-metre line. Michael Leisha, a dummy half, and here's Cassiano. Down by Tedovano and Robertson. Now for Tala Mariner, taking it up to the 40-metre line, so it's been a fairly good opening set from Canterbury. They kick on the back of it. Gordon it is that's met by Josh Reynolds and pulled down just outside the 10. It's been quite fruitful, actually. That first set of 6 for Canterbury, they came 90 metres. And basically that was where they gave the ball back to the Roosters. So here's Kenny Dow. 35 out. Top tacklers, the Roosters' friend with 24. Tolman for Canterbury with 24. Leisha with 23. Play towards the centre of the ground. Matteson is with the ball.
I'll tell you the other statistic they're leading to is offloads, and they've been really willing to offload at their own end of the field. They've had 6 offloads, and the Bulldogs have only had 1 in the game. They're keen to do it.
Hopewadi now. Josh Morris just outside his own 20-metre line. Branko Lee, his second game for Canterbury, after making the transfer from the national capital. Canterbury now working it up towards the halfway line, and Reynolds is trapped by Keary. Now Mbai, pressure on him from Keary. Kick going down, and Mitchell Pearce, in fact Michael Gordon, brings it back. Now Kenny Dow. Gordon again. He's done a lot of dummy half work tonight, the number 1 for the Roosters. Ferguson. Injured early in the night. There were some thoughts that he might have to come off, but he's battled through the pain. Play by Orbison. 23 is Tedovano. And here is Matteson. So they're just outside the 20-metre line. Pearce, he cuts out Cordner and goes to Mitchell. He flips it out the back then to Cordner. It's back to Friend now. And Jake Friend, he'll play the ball 5 metres out on the last. Cordner then sweeps it up to Pearce. Came off the legs, not played out. Cordner picked it up, puts the kick in nicely, in fact. And it's now with Fatala Mariner.
Yeah, they dream about that, forwards. Boyd Cordner got the ball in the last, and it was a beautiful grab. So he'll tell you he was aiming for the post.
This is Brett.
They're in good touch, aren't they? The ball's really zinging around.
So Tolman pulled down by Mitch Orbison and then Josh Reynolds, and now Sam Cassiano, and it's batted along the line by Josh Morris. And over there, oh, he's lost the ball, banged into the ground. Brenko Lee, I think it is.
It's St. Tedavano playing his first game for the Roosters. Defensively, he's made some huge tackles.
Okay, it's the Roosters scrum feed.
Adam Elliott it was.
This was on the first half on Brenko Lee. There's one, look at this after half time. Bang! And Clemmer. And then with the ball, beautiful short pass there to Ryan Madison. A big game. Zane Tedavano.
They just look really athletic, the Roosters, don't they? They're all in good touch. They all look really fit, strong and fast, and
Wait till it's out, dog.
Everyone's here, Jake.
they'd probably just look a half yard quicker than every Bulldogs player, man for man.
They look good on paper, and they do up there tonight. This is Mitchell playing the ball just outside the 30-metre line. Pearce shovels it across the line. And Ferguson has got his own battle now with Jackson and Moses Mbai.
The contact meters there. Ryan Madison, 40 metres after contact.
Napa running it at Clemmer. He'll play the ball right on the 20. Third tackle gone now for the Roosters. 16 to 8 to score. Mitchell goes to the line. It's batted by Keary. There was a chance there. Mitchell's got the ball though, and he's pulled down by Lee and Reynolds. Jake Friend, Boyd Cordner. Now for Madison. Madison will play the ball just inside the 10. So the last is coming up. Pearce kicks. Oh, Kenny Dow has got the ball back on the inside, and Blake Ferguson has scored. So the aerobics continues.
And it's their third try from kicks. Again, perfectly accurate. This is a training try. These are the things that they practice over and over and over again. Pearce into the corner. Kenny Dowell above the pack. Feels the pressure from the tackle, pops it inside. Ferguson's ready, and he just muscles his way to the end goal. Harvey Norman replay, brilliant stuff.
Well, is it any wonder they've been the best supported of all clubs in premiership betting? They came into this round at $8, and the halves are playing well. The partnerships on the outside, on the edges. You've got Mitchell over there and Tupou, and then they're being, if you like, equalled on the other side with Kenny Dowell and Ferguson. Gordon has got this from 21 out. And just a couple in from touch on the western side. This one he's got. It's just taken the upright and bounced in. So the score goes out to Roosters 22 to 8, Brad.
That was an early call on a kick too, Rabby. Well done, mate. Still got it. Good thing about this, watch Josh Morris and Mbai. They try to utilise the rules and they hit Sean Kenny Dow as he gets in the air. But Josh Jackson's just a bit slow, and that's that back rower. playing out in the centres.
run.
Just couldn't quite make it in time for Fergo, and just too big, too strong, carried him over the line. Very athletic, the outside backs of the Roosters.
Wow. Tetevano, did he wind it up then? He's out to the 20-metre line, playing it back to Jake Friend. And here is Sean Kenny-Dowell again. That was a classic case of tackling the attacking player in midair.
And we showed the metres after contact. There, Ryan Madison again, making another 10 metres after the initial contact. Tremendous leg drive.
So Napa. Pearce. Tetevano. They got some depth about them, haven't they? You're talking about Madison. We're wrapping Tetevano. Tauke Aho is unavailable for this game. Here's Hopewadi. And if you remember correctly, Tauke Aho, he had a knee problem.
Yeah, an ACL.
Yeah, well, he mightn't be around for quite some time, but he really made a big imprint last year. So through the hands, and they've gone out. Elliott it was that gave it to Josh Morris.
Go right.
Reynolds again. Now Mbai, but Pearce is right up in his face. Ball comes out. Penalty.
Tackle's complete.
Penalty's gone to Canterbury.
They're saying the tackle was complete.
Yeah, it's a harsh call. Mitchell Pearce read this perfectly.
Thanks, Dylan. I don't want it, mate.
And he's gone up quickly in defence. He's got his opposite number. He rips into him, comes down. The ball comes loose. You know, he hasn't finished his work. The old days, that's just play on.
Just behind you. Okay.
In the old days, Rabbits.
Line here, Dylan. Mitch, line.
What episode are you up to?
Well, not the old days when you were young. The old days.
Mitch Orson.
James Graham did him a disservice earlier. Middleton tells me he played in 6 grand finals for St Helens. 1-1, lost 5. Josh Morris now. He's pulled down about 18 metres out from the Roosters line as they come over to Reynolds. Turns it in for Tolman. Don't forget the footy show straight after the footy here at Allianz tonight. Graham away, Mbai on, tap on, Brett Morris. A chance here for the flyer from Canterbury, and he's made it as he watching the referee. He points to the spot.
Wow. What an effort. Brett Morris, he had plenty to do here, and not for a moment did I think he would reach the try line. Good shift to the ball by the Bulldogs, out the back, across, little tip on. Look, he's got plenty to do here, and plenty in front of him. That's just determination to get back in the game. Harvey Norman replay. Good stuff by the Bulldogs.
So Brett Morris scoring the try. They weren't the first to score in the second half, but at least they were the second. 22-12. The kick to come from Moses Mbai. Brett Morris. 2 games short of the 200.
Just aim for the A on Victoria Bitter there, Moses.
So
wrong A.
No, he's aimed it at the L in Allianz. He only just got your message. Fittler, a comment from you, Bradley.
I was watching Brett Morris run down the left-hand side, and you could see the space was always on the inside. He just was working out how to get there. So he pegged himself for the corner, threatened Mitchell's outside, and then takes on the boys on the inside, just muscles his way over. He knew it was going to be hard to get there, but he just got there.
Geez, that was good camera work from front on. You could see him when he got the ball, he just lifted his hips. Great camera work.
He really drove, didn't he?
Big power swerve.
He had no right to score that try. He found a way.
Here's Graham. He'll play the ball just outside his own 30-metre line. And it's Leisha who comes over to Jackson. Tries to bump away from the attack, from the defence of Orbison. Now for Cassiano. And he runs straight into Jake Friend and Mitchell Pearce. Ball comes out. And it's knock on against Canterbury.
Just wait there, mate.
So the Roosters will come out of this with possession. Just a few metres on their own side of halfway. Sam Cassiano bashing himself up. And there it was, coming out cold. Catch a home game even when you're away. If you're a Telstra mobile customer, you can stream the NRL live, fast and data free as part of your Telstra mobile plan and select recharges. Download the NRL official app now. Halfway line. Napa. Get rid of Josh Reynolds. We play the ball 5 metres into Canterbury's area. Madison. Held up there by Tolman and Cassiano. There's another one underneath there. Leisha. Friend now. Tedavano. He looked to go deep and back, but he pushed it into the stomach there of Orbison. Now Tedavano again. Pearce. He lets one go and passes long. Gordon got the ball away. Mitchell. It's gone to ground. It's on the ground for Canterbury. With his lead. Ball's been stripped. It's a penalty. Penalty goes Canterbury.
Yeah, error, then penalty. This is the danger area for a team. Want to be careful, the Roosters. They've been well on top. Poor discipline there from Latrell Mitchell.
So Josh Morris taking the free kick. Held down by Cordner, just slowing things down a little bit. And now Graham takes it to the middle of the ground. Josh Reynolds. The 15 for Canterbury is Fualalo. Tolman, Reynolds, decoy run, out to Morris. And Josh playing the ball 15 away from the Roosters try line. Here's Reynolds again, shows it twice, goes behind a block runner, gets the ball away, and it's come out to Jackson. And Jackson 15 metres out from the line. This is the last for Canterbury. From Brett Morris to Moses Mbai. He kicks into the in goal, but Mitchell's underneath it. Half an hour before it arrives, and no pressure at all on him.
No, it's a poor end of the set of 6, wasn't it? It just relieves the pressure. 7 tackles and 20 metres.
Punishment for that for Moses and Mbai. Go and defend in the middle like your big men have to and see how hard they're working.
Yeah, he needed
really
to keep them down
finish.
that end of the field, didn't he?
Napa now.
Oh, good hit.
Came up out of the line. The 16 of Adam Elliott for Canterbury. Launched himself in the defence. So we're just outside the 40-metre line down Bulldogs end. This is Tedavano again. Just repeating, if you missed the start of the game, Kane Evans. Oh, gee, Keary got squashed there. Tackled there by Mbai, down on the 30. This is the last. And Pearce gets a kick in just in front of the charge. Down it goes into that corner. And it's Breako Lee.
And once again, the rushing defence putting pressure on Keary. As a halfback, Mitchell Pearce will have to know he has to play a step or two earlier to give Keary some time.
Tolman met there by Watson. Yeah, Connor Watson is out there now. The 15, Fualalo crosses the halfway line. Canterbury then down 22-12, and plenty of time left for them to make a comeback. Gordon picked up and banged into the ground. Graham was one of the tacklers. Fualalo the other. Sean Kenny Dow inside the 30. Watson, a run for him coming out of dummy half. Very talented player, 20 years of age. Keary takes it to the line, takes Cordner with it, and Cordner will play the ball on halfway. McDonald's Thursday night football. And here it is with Jared Wairia Hargreaves playing the ball just outside 30. Footy show immediately after Thursday night football as Mitchell Pearce puts the kick in. Coming down to Hopewadi. Challenged there by Keary, and Ferguson picks him up and shows him the in goal, but he doesn't quite succeed, even with the help of Orbison. Brett Morris. Ferguson picked him up like a shearer, ready to take the annual clip. Now it's away from Reynolds and gone on with Fualalo, and it's gone on to Lee, and it's finished up with Josh Morris on the right side of the ground. Makes halfway, pulled down by Tupou. Lee, Reynolds, Fualalo. 7 metres into Roosters area. And the kick for Mbai, he doesn't. He passes to Hopewadi, to Jackson, to Brett Morris. He gets a kick back on the inside, picked up by Sean Kenny Dow.
Well, there's no doubt there's more ball movement from the Bulldogs than what we've seen last year. They still go out the back a lot, but as Brad Fittler pointed out early in the game, their passing is a little crisper. They get it out in front, and they are prepared to put spread on spread, so they'll move to the right and then get it straight back to the left and look for chances out there. There are chances.
Keary. So Watson has taken the role of Jake Friend, just acting half. Play in the centre of the ground. Here's the last. Pearce gets a high kick down into the direction of out of bounds.
Well, as I said at half-time, I think it was a 10-point lead to the Roosters. Ferguson's going up the tunnel. He succumbed to that chest injury, whatever it is. But as I said at half-time, the Bulldogs were 10 behind. They had to be next to score. And it didn't matter until it wasn't until the 75th minute. Well, they're still only 10 behind. They are in the contest. I wonder what that injury is. Because he was bad, then good, then bad, then good again, then bad again.
Here's Leisha. Reynolds for Talamarina. Just into Roosters territory. Played back for Leisha again. Fualalo in the 15 shirt. Elliott's out there in 16. That's Graham with the ball. Might have a question mark on it, but the Dogs are going in. Elliott has scored right under the crossbar. Adam Elliott, a try for Canterbury.
Well, what a good, hard, tough line Adam Elliott has run here. Outside in, prepared to be belted if the defence was good enough. They pretty much just get out of his way here. Look at this, straight through the middle, beats Gordon, under the post. Bulldogs right back in this.
Here we go. This is where we fucking go. Clear them down.
Well, there's your try scorer, Adam Elliott. He was born at Bega. Played his junior football with the Tathra Sea Eagles, a beautiful coastal town on the south coast of New South Wales. Adam Elliott, the try scorer.
And he's the same shape and size as a lot of Bulldog forwards that have come through over the years. You'll see them come into first grade and you go, well, yeah, maybe. Well, never doubt them. Never doubt the Bulldogs when they earmark a young forward like this to come through their system and into first grade. He just showed you right there what he's capable of.
22-18 then. A real ball game on our hands now, Bradley.
Yeah, you see these plays so often, but you don't see him execute as well as that. The two players that were putting Keary under pressure just shifted on each other perfectly, and the pass was delivered to perfection as well. Great line by Adam Elliott, but I see that play so often, but not often as good as that.
And you saw Blake Ferguson going up the tunnel. He's obviously very, very disappointed, punching the wall.
Well, it's a strange one because when he got hurt, he was nearly incapacitated. I thought, well, he won't play on. And then 10 minutes later, he's making runs down the right side of the field and he's making tackles. And I thought, well, he's okay. And then he was gone again and then he was okay. And now he's up the tunnel.
Bring it back.
Eastwood playing the ball on his own 40-metre line. This is Fualalo getting it down towards halfway. And the referee's calling timeout, asking the question of
All right, mate, you going to stay or you want to...
He's not sure. He took his hand off the ball.
Right there. Let's come short side. Boys back here, Jared, another step.
Whether or not he's felt a tingle or a burn in his hand, which is very unusual.
Oh, Graham wedging in. Is Guerra. Now for Mbai. Gets the kick in. Just in front of the challenge. And Sean Kenny-Dowles throws a pass over the head of Michael Gordon to the number one with his own personal issues down there at the moment. Now for Daniel Tupou.
Big run.
22 metres out. And the 17 is Watson. Knock on. Canterbury comes away with the advantage.
Yeah, this is a good game. Good game. Roosters threatened to get away, but the Bulldogs have dragged themselves back into this. And we're going to get the type of finish I think this game deserves.
22-18 with 14 minutes of the game remaining. 65, 66 minutes gone. Here's the ball to Mbai, and Mattison picks him up and dumps him on the ground. Played then to Leisha. Now for Clemmer. Clemmer out the back from Fualalo to Graham, and Graham to Hopewadi. They got a chance out here. There's the overlap. And it's Lee. Brinko gets a ball inside from Elliott. And he's been pummeled, this Canterbury player, by Tetevano.
Tetevano again.
Well, where has this all come from?
Pulled off some bell ringers in this game.
Okay, mate.
The Bulldogs, they've just opened up with the passing. Lovely ball by Lee and head clash. Head clash.
Hopewadi on the end of this.
Crunch. Crunch. Scintillating stuff by the Bulldogs. I don't know how long it's been since we've used that word to describe them. I think this is the first time in their last half a dozen games or so that they've scored 4 tries in a match. And it's 4 tries all at the moment. They're only down on goal kicking.
Yeah, there was a pass from William Hopewadi in that passage of play which opened up the blood bin there. William Hopewadi holds the ball up perfectly on the outside.
Well, this
Amazing part of ball play. Watch Hopewadi get the ball here. Watch the double pump and then the no-look pass. Look at that. Beautiful play there from Hopewadi. Really classy play.
Well, this is a real blow for them because it's, you know, they were really starting to get on a roll, and when you're on a roll, you want all your backline position filled and your best players out there, and Hopewadi having to leave the field, that's going to make it difficult for them. What's going to happen? I'd say Brett Morris go to fullback, will he?
Well, it's two outside backs. William Hopewadi's gone. Kerrod Holland. So who will play?
Yeah, well, Brett Morris has gone to fullback. That we know.
Josh Jackson will go to the left centre.
He might
Maybe
be on
left
the
wing.
He might be on the wing, Josh Jackson. That's no good. Fatala Marin has gone to centre. Josh Jackson's gone to the left wing. Brett Morris to fullback.
He's already on.
That was unfortunate because they had the Roosters on toast there. The injury stopped the momentum.
Yep, use your foot. Benny will blow time on, mate.
Mark it straight.
So Josh Reynolds to play the ball. 4 tackles have gone. And it's come to David Clemmer. Pulled down eventually by Guerra and Watson. Now the last. And it's Mbai. Getting it to Brett Morris. He puts a little kick on it. Beautifully cleaned up in there. I think by Connor Watson. It was. Now for Sean Kenny Dow. Inside the 10. There's a run for Madison. Canterbury pushing him back to be tackled on the 10.
Yeah, there was no close contact meters there.
Now Cordner reaches the 20-metre line. Watson it is, getting it away to Guerra. Guerra on to Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, just outside the 30-metre line. 5 tackles gone now for the Roosters. And Pearce it is that drives the ball down to the 20-metre line. Brinko Lee had an air swing, has to hurry, makes it back. Oh, Brett Morris had to really fly and kick it over the in-touch in goal.
It was a 40-20 by Mitchell Pearce. And there's a player out of position. Brinko Lee, a centre playing on the wing. Just didn't want to take this ball in the full. Tries to soccer trap it. Nutmegs himself. And then...
Oh, dear.
Plays it through the legs.
That could have been disastrous.
You know those nightmares you have when the alarm clock doesn't go off? Well, this is the one wingers have. Look at this.
You got 10 seconds.
Oh dear.
Moses,
Thank
5
God for Brett
seconds.
Morris.
Time you run.
Let's just check the injuries,
They're going
Brad.
short again.
Here's the short kickoff from Canterbury. We'll check that in a moment, Bradley. It's with Daniel. In fact, it's with Latrell Mitchell. This is Napa now. The Roosters with a real fight on their hands here. Somebody let the dogs out. It's gone across to Pearce. Inside ball for Orbison. Now they're 10 away. They're in the middle. Watson behind Waerea-Hargreaves. Pearce. 3 out. Pulled down by Clemmer. Watson again. Now for Waerea-Hargreaves. Gets it away. Pushes it on. Keary. He puts a kick in. Not another one. It's still there.
Knock on there. Knock on.
It's called a knock on.
He's having some dramas with his hands tonight.
Zero,
Kenny
come
Dow.
on.
Pass. 2 passes now. 2 passes, Josh, on his whistle.
Hold here. 0 coming up. 0 coming up.
Again, Keary, very accurate. They'd already scored 3 from kicks and nearly got a 4.
So just over 10 minutes to go. And this is for Lalo, just outside the 40-metre line. Let's check those injuries, Brad.
Yeah, well, Blake Ferguson, his injury is a chest injury. He's finished for the day. Will Hopewadi with only 10 minutes to go. I don't think he'll be able to get back out. The HIA takes 15 minutes. And Greg Eastwood's back on the bike on the sideline. He'll have enough time to head back out there and hopefully have an impact.
Moses Mbai playing the ball on the 40-metre line. We're down the Roosters end. We're counting the northern end here. As Graham tried to get rid of it, lost it. Friend is back out there. And the ball is on the 40-metre line. Roosters end, played by Mattison. And here is Sean Kenny-Dow with it, running it. Tolman and Graham to the halfway line they go. Here's Wairia Hargreaves again to the 40-metre line. Canterbury's end of the ground. So an upright tackle, referee calls held, and it's gone away through Pearce. It's out and found Guerra now. So Aiden playing the ball just outside the 30-metre line. Napa, who feeds the ball away to Keary. Keary gets it to Orbison! He's over to score! Mitchell Orbison, the man for all seasons, Mr. Fix-It, scores what might be a match-winning try.
You keep your eye here on the left centre, Josh Jackson. He's defending, a back row defending in centres. He comes out of the line, and it's the speed of Keary which interests for Talamarina. On the Harvey Norman replay, watch the speed interest number 17. Jackson's already gone up past the ball, which opens the corridor. But it's the speed of Keary and the line of Orbison. The speed to interest for Talamarina. Beautiful play.
Yeah, players playing out of position in the back line, but Keary does really well selectively there, dug into the line deep.
It's beautiful ball playing. It's quick with your feet, but soft with your hands. Watch how fast he is with his feet, but have a look how soft the hands are when he passes. Look at how soft that is. That's as good as it gets.
And then it's left to Mitchell Orbison.
One of the best ball runners in the game, one of the best hole hitters in the game, Mitch Orbison. He's been doing it for a long, long time. He's like putty, he fits in anywhere. Whatever hole you need filled, Mitch Orbison can fill it.
He made his debut for the Bondi Club just 1 week ahead of Mitchell Pearce back in 2007, I think it was. And here he is, the former Rabbitoh. Rooster now, Luke Keary, and having a bonza night. So the attempted conversion from Michael Gordon. We've got an 8-point ball game at the moment. Some kind of a set two is broken out in this Western Grandstand.
Yeah, it's a big blue. Big stink. And there's a couple of blokes that are running in and blindsiding people all the way through. They're kicking people. It's a big blue.
And the kick is successful for those still watching the football. Brad Fittler, sideline.
Yeah, watching the poor doggies trying to defend these players at speed. Remind me of one of the great Gus Goulding sayings. Just too many trombones in the violin section. Way too much speed. Poor Fatali Marini just got caught flat-footed. Keary ran straight at him, and then the acceleration of that man, Mitch Orbison, was just too much for the trombone to handle.
Sorry, Martin, you know the kick into.
So let's take stock. 7 minutes remaining and a 10-point lead to the Roosters.
Time back on.
In a game that has had everything. Obviously has had a little bit too much. With the boys at the back of the grandstand, almost in front of the commentary box here tonight. Mattison has been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, it's a big blue going on here in the grandstand, and some really unsavoury incidents amongst it. I dare say you might hear more about this.
There's JWH up to the middle of the ground. Jake Friend out in front of Luke Keary, catches and kicks almost into one motion. Another bit of work for Brett Morris to perform back there. He's had an enormous last 6 minutes of work. And it's a penalty against the Roosters being inside the 10 offside.
Tupou showed a lot of speed here. I don't think anyone's offside there.
Yeah, Mitchell Pearce, the 7, is the one that he's called.
Oh, right over this side. He gets involved, yeah. But look at Tupou's speed here. Well, he's outside 10. Oh, okay.
He's had a he's had a nightmare initiation on this occasion to full back, hasn't he? Brett Morris trying to stop tries all over the park, on the right extreme, on the left extreme. And all of this brought on by the injuries to two of their backs.
Come up.
Holland
Time back on.
and Hopewati more recently. That's Josh Morris under this tackle, 30 metres away from his own line. It could be that the mountain is a bit too high for them in the space of time they've got left. But they've been gallant, Canterbury. I don't think anybody thought they'd be coming back to the extent they have in the second half. Fualalo plays the ball in the middle, and then Leisha goes over and picks up Reynolds. Reynolds running laterally and plays the ball, but there's a Rooster in between him and the dummy half. Penalty goes to Canterbury. Player in the play the ball, obstruction.
Back here.
And referee Ben Cummins calling Josh Reynolds to come back.
Mark's there.
Under 5 minutes of this McDonald's Thursday night.
Time back
Thanks,
on.
Danny.
Only the second round of the Telstra Premiership. And two of the big guns have put their hands up tonight. So Fatala Mariner got a ball on. Mbai gets it over to Fualalo. 10 out, middle of the ground. And Leisha it is. It gives it to Clemmer. Clemmer hammers it up, but he's a couple short. Leisha now looking over at Tolman. Runs a decoy, does Aiden. The ball is loose. Keary didn't clean the ball up. It's picked up by Lee. It's gone to Josh Morris for a try. Josh Morris scores for the Dogs. Under 4 minutes to go. Kick and goal to come.
Well, I reckon the last comment that Peter Sterling said at half-time was, I think there's a few more twists and turns to come in this game. And I've got to be honest, I didn't really see it. I thought the Roosters might be too strong, but look at this. We got ready here for the big finish.
And Mbai has got his kicking boot on for that one. He might have missed a few early, and my goodness, they're coming back to haunt them, really. 28-24.
Did really well there, Branko Lee. Picked up the rolling ball and got it quickly to Morris.
That all came from Luke Keary. He dived at the ball as if he was going to pick it up and go, but he left it there unattended, and that opened the passage for Canterbury.
What have we got? 3.5 minutes.
Hey, Luke, you're offside there.
There's
so
no
we'll have a penalty
penalties.
Anyway. You're too early,
We'll
mate.
give the Bulldogs 2 sets.
Might only need one. It's been, I think there's, regardless of the result here, I think Bulldogs fans can see real promise here tonight. This is the best I've seen them go for a while. The Roosters have been terrific, but here there's still a chance of losing the game.
And it's Clemmer who comes storming back. He'll play the ball back on his own 20-metre line. 28-24 in Thursday night football from Allianz. And the Roosters leading as we go into the final 3 minutes of the game now. And here is Josh Morris, the most recent try scorer in the game. Held down by Guerra. And now Fualalo, the 15. 40 out from his own line. It's come away to Josh Reynolds, then to David Clemmer. Sam Cassiano picked up now by Fatala Mariner. He goes back to where they came from, unloads back to Reynolds. There's a chance on out to the right. It's gone away from Fualalo, run around by Reynolds. Josh Morris comes inside, and 5 tackles gone for Canterbury.
Good on them.
So they pass and they give the ball to Reynolds. It was a bad pass though, and he opened him right up. The kick down the ground Kenny Dow will watch it go. Well, that's costly. It's a 7-tackle restart.
Yeah, but it's really positive play by the Bulldogs. I've been impressed from the night. I feel happy for them too, because they cop a fair bit of flack about their attack and not changing their style. Well, there's no doubt they've changed their style. There's no doubt that they're getting a lot more ball movement into their game, and it's starting to look good for them.
So they were the two subjects at the crux of conversation on this game. What are the Bulldogs going to do in attack this year? And will the brilliance that the Roosters showed last weekend against the Titans, will that continue? So Cordner will play the ball 40 metres out. Mitchell Pearce gives it on to Dylan Napa. He's 35 out. We're coming up towards 1.25 minutes left in the game. It's a 4-point ball game in favour of the Roosters. Wairia Hargreaves. Mind set on hanging onto the ball. Pearce puts a grubber kick in to wind the clock down. Mbai urgently wants the ball.
Here it is, here it is.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyway, what we've got is Thursday night football, and we've come down to the last set of 6 to decide the game. The Bulldogs have got to go 91 metres to get to the promised land, and the Roosters have got to defend 1 set of 6 to take home 2 competition points and be 2 from 2 to start their season. Been a really, really good game of football. Quality stuff. Not the scoreline I expected, but quality stuff.
So Canterbury just outside their own 10-metre line. 40 seconds to go in the game. Cassiano, and Josh Jackson put it down behind him. So it's play on. He beats Guerra. Cordner's got him, but he got it off to Brett Morris. They've gone to Josh Reynolds. He turns them around. It's out to Josh Morris. And he's pulled down 15 out on the second tackle of this set, the last set of the game. And Aidan Tolman now. So 3 tackles, and they're still on their own 20-metre line. Josh Reynolds. And here is Mbai. He's pulled down, dwarfed, and put away by Napa. Josh Reynolds goes from the left to the right, puts a kick in, up from the deep. Gordon takes the ball and probably takes the game home with him. It's 80 minutes, it's all over. The Roosters have won, but not before a gallant fight back by the Bulldogs from Canterbury. Roosters 28, Bulldogs 24.